All right, this lesson is called Ancient Ruins, and it has in it 3 layers. You do have to use some of them, you don't have to use all of them. You're going to learn how to clean up the stage. You're going to use a layer mask. Again, we're not going to get rid of the sky. You can get rid of the sky and the water or just the sky, but we're not going to delete it. We're going to use a layer mask. I'm going to teach you how to make type on a path, not warping the type, like I'm sure some of you know how to do, which is very easy, but making a custom path with the pen tool. And we're also going to use clipping mask in a different way. We're going to fill the letters that we write with an image. And we're going to put a glow around the columns. We're going to use refined mask. We're going to get rid of the little boy here in the picture. And here we go. Oh, I have to start my timing. Okay. Remember how to unlock a layer when there's italicized type and it says background? You just double click it. I'm going to put columns. Hopefully I spell it right, which would look really bad if I didn't. I'm going to make this red sky and rays. It's like sun rays. Okay. The other thing I'm going to show you, which is just an aside, but it's something you might want to use. It used to be more necessary. See this little yellow thing here? This is a note. And here's the note panel. Let me open it up. I used to do this for my students before I could make tutorials. And you can make notes, and it was also before smart filters. And you know, I'd like to see you using a lot of stuff in these last few exercises. But you can leave a note. It doesn't print. And I have notes on how to work on this object. Now this is a little bit annoying, so I'm going to move it out of the way right now. I don't know if I can hide the note. I'm going to right click on it. Delete all notes, open note. I want to delete it. So here we have, I'm going to make this a little bigger. I'm going to go down here and make it by numbers 150. There we go. So the first thing I need to do is hide the sky and water. That's what I want to do. I need to be on the columns layer. I am trying to remember which worked better, the magic wand or the quick select. Let's try quick select just for the heck of it. Not really. Command D, maybe if I quick select this. No, that's not happening either. So I think I'm going to go to the magic wand. I'm going to leave it in 32 for a moment and see what I get. Not bad. I'm going to hold down the shift key to add to selection. See the little plus sign? Add, 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 add. I mean, some people think it's a beginner's tool, but quite frankly, sometimes it works better than some of the other tools. That will be your decision as you move along in Photoshop, for those of you who move along. And of course, by now you know there's a number of different ways to select. I want to hide the sky. So what do you think I would do? Right now I have the sky selected. Oops, there's a little thing, but I'll fix that. I'm going to go to Select, Inverse. And then over here, I'm going to go down to the layer mask icon and add layer mask. And there you have it. Now I can already see where there's some problems, where I'm going to have to edit the layer mask. So I am going to right click on the mask and get refine mask. And remember how I told you you could use smooth. Oh, I want this not to remember the settings of the last one. So I'm going to smooth it out. Nope, too much. Too much. I'm going to shift the edge in. That's good. There's still some blue. On this one, I'm going to click under Output, Decontaminate Colors, because there's that blue spill. Decontaminate Colors. I don't know if it did much. I'm going to crank it all the way up. Let's see if it'll work. Now, when it does decontaminate color, there are things that are grayed out. It has to make a new layer with a layer mask or a new document. So I'm going to make a new layer with a layer mask. Remember settings and click OK. So there's a few things I want to change. I'm going to save the original in a folder. Here's the folder down here. I can drag the original into the folder. I could go up to the flyout menu and say new group from layers, and I'll do that. I'm going to put columns ORIG, which stands for original. Turn off the eyeball, and I just know I have this in here if I make a mistake on this one. So I'm going to go back in here. Now remember, it's a layer mask, so everything's there. I want to get rid of this and this. So I'm going to get a black paintbrush. Now do not, some of my students thought they were very clever, do not make this bigger so the boy disappears. You're going to make the boy disappear with Photoshop's tools, okay? So first I'm going to get a paintbrush. Then I'm going to make sure that these are black and white. I can hit this little icon here or the D key. And black conceals, white reveals. I'm going to zoom in. There we go. Go back and get my paintbrush. Oops. I'm painting on the picture. Go over to here. Now, oh, I don't want a soft edge. The reason I don't want a soft edge on something like this is if I'm going to soften the edges, I want to soften them all together. The tree in the previous exercise didn't matter, but this does. So I am just getting rid of some of this stuff that I don't want. Okay, so here we have the boy that we don't want in the picture. So here's an opportunity. Make sure you're back on the picture now, not on the layer mask. I'm going to get the marquee tool. I want the rectangular marquee tool. And I'm going to draw a very close rectangle to the boy. Now this, it can't be done in one step. A lot of times people think, oh, just press a button. But that's not Photoshop. That's not real life. You usually have to do more than one step. But we're going to start out with a very good step. This is an opportunity when you can use Content Aware with Fill. Because Content Aware, I'm going to move back up here to Content Aware, will say what pixels are around it, because that's what we want to fill this with to get rid of most of the boy. So I'm going to click OK. Now watch, the boy's going to somewhat disappear. It's not perfect. I'm going to have to fix it. And there you have it. Now there's some blurriness and some not so crisp stuff that we have to fix. But that did half our work for us. This texture here, I want to see on this part as well. So I'm just going to do, and remember I'm on the picture part right now. I'm going to do a Command J I'll show you what's on that layer. Option key click. See, just that. I'm going to click again. And I'm going to get my move tool and I'm going to use my arrows. I'm going to hold the shift key so it moves 10 pixels the first time. That's enough. Too much actually. And I am going to merge this fix down. So I'm going to go over here, merge down, which is Command E, Control E on the PC, merge down, and watch. It's going to say, do I want to preserve the layer mask? Yes, I do. So I still have my layer mask, and now I have this area with the texture. This stuff here, if you recall, I don't know if I did a tutorial on it though, so some of people who might watch this who aren't in the class might not know, but we're going to do some non-destructive editing first. I'm going to make an empty layer. This is for the fix over here. We're going to use some cloning to make this in here. So I'm going to go to our clone tool, up to the options bar, and current and below. That's what I want it on. I want to sample the layer below, but I'm going to draw it on the, I'm going to do it on the empty layer. Way too big a brush. Left bracket key. I'm going to option click here, and I'm going to paint, drop a little bit of that, option click, drop a little of that. So I have to keep option clicking to get different directions and different parts of this stone that's over here. Because if I don't, if I just paint, it's going to look like a phony repeated pattern. So I'm going to option click here. And that's not too bad. This is a little blurry. I'd like to see this a little, just the edges a little better. And that doesn't look too bad. And again, I'm going to merge down, preserve the mask, and then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to fit on screen by double clicking the hand tool. So now we've fit on screen. So the boy is gone. There's still a little blue spill, but I don't think it's going to show so much when we add the sky. And there's the sky. I'm going to drag it below the columns. I still see some blue spill. So what I want to do is go back into here and see if I can get rid of that blue spill. Refine mask. Whoa, that's too much. I'm not going to remember the settings now. Turn off decontaminate colors. I want to reset everything. I think I can hold the option key. Yeah, reset. See that? Hold the option key and it resets everything back to its default. Oh no, it reset it back to what I had before. I'm going to zero everything out. 0, 0, 0, 0. I want to see if radius will do anything here. Whoa, too much. Radius. Let's see if Smart Radius does anything. Or I don't. Ooh, a little. Let's see how it looks. Not too bad. Not too bad. The sky, look at, we can see some of that background, so the sky needs to move right or be made bigger. I'm not sure which. So I'm going to go to the move tool. I'm on the raise layer, and I'm going to, with the keyboard arrows, boy, it just fits. So now we have our new background, our new sky, so to speak. And you could color correct this. I haven't in the past had color correcting this. But what I have added, oh, see, I have this extra one now. I'm going to put this in with the original, get it out of my way. So I only have one set of columns. This is a good stopping point, and we will go to part 2